very valuable tool to us. I know that when parents bring their children to a school, the safety of that child is very important. Parents want to know that when they leave their child at a school, they can rest assured that the child is in safe hands. And I believe SmartZap allows us to do that. Parents are able to drop their children off in a very convenient and efficient way. But more importantly, parents are able to get alerts that tell them exactly who has dropped their child off, at what time the child was dropped off, and who actually picked that child up at the end of the day. Before we partnered with SmartZap, as a school, we were taking, of course, attendance on our students and also ensuring that the people who were picking the children up at the end of the school day were authorized to do that. We used to do this through a manual process where there's a book. And so a parent comes in, you sign in with your child's name, and actually we moved on to a point where the information is already populated, but the parent still has to come and find their child's name, indicate what time they either dropped them or what time they picked them up. Now, the challenge with this was that there is no way for you to really verify if the person who's picking the child is authorized to do so. And so if it's not a parent, if it's not a family member that the school is familiar with, then we have to call. As a school, we would at that point let the person know you cannot pick this child up until we have put in a call to the parent to make sure that you are authorized to pick the child up. So we were doing that step to ensure the child's safety.
The school is well trained and gated, and we have security personnel stationed at vantage points just to help facilitate the process. So what we do is, before the parents get into, or when it's their turn to drop off their children, they just generate the QR code. What we do at the gates is we check the temperatures of the kids, we open the doors for them, then that is when we scan to confirm, and then the child is walked safely into the school. And this has been a very, very fast way, and it's a very, very efficient way of dropping off the words. And in this era of COVID, this process has been very, very, very helpful, because we don't have the issue of parents having to crowd at school and they don't even drop off from their cars.
It makes it much easier because all of the information is already put into the system. So to every child's name, there is a parent that's linked, there's an authorized guardian who's linked to the child, and each of those people have a unique QR code. And it's with this QR code that they're able to pick the child up, either by having the child scanned on their phone or by presenting a QR code card. So either way, with this system, if a person is not authorized to pick a child, they do not have access to this QR code, and immediately they come to the school without presenting that information, they are not able to pick the child up. So the school is able to automatically filter out anyone who might be trying to come and pick up a child if they're not authorized to do that. So it makes it very easy. If a parent wants to add on an authorized pickup person, it's very easy to do. You add the person's name on the system, you notify the school, that person is issued a QR code as well, and then they're able to pick the child up.
That is ultimate. It was such devastating news to hear that it's 2:30, it's 3 o'clock, you were expecting your ward home. Your ward is not home. You call the school and the school says, your child was picked up. You can just imagine what devastation that kind of information would cause. And I pray that nobody gets to experience that. Grandma sometimes has to pick up my child. And you know, grandma is not too tech savvy. So I was wondering how grandma would relate to this app and handling it. But thanks to Dodi International School, the QR code for grandma was printed out and it was nicely laminated. So anytime grandma has to do the pick up, she shows the QR code and it's scanned, and then the child names pop up, and then we know that she is the one who has been registered to pick grandma, because without that QR code, she wouldn't be able to pick up any child, for that matter, my child. And that is one thing I really like about the Smart app. I'm rest assured that the right person is picking up my child.
So it's very, very comfortable. Thank you so much.
So this makes the process a lot easier, and it ensures the child's safety, so that at any point in time, the person picking the child up from the school is actually someone who is in the school system. If they're not, it's flagged. They do not even have access to a code to come onto our premises to attempt picking up a child.
For that aspect that you know that your child is being picked by someone you trust, I think it stops.
If my wife drops off the children, I am notified. When she picks them up, I am notified. If I ask someone else to pick up the children, of course with a QR code, I'll still be notified. So no matter what happens, as far as this matter is concerned, you'll be notified. Knowing that anyone who picks up my wards or children from school, the app will notify me about it. It's very comforting. And it actually makes me relax more, even when I'm coming to pick up the children. I don't have to rush in because...
And at the end of the day, it also tells us how many students have been picked up. You know exactly what time the child was picked up and by whom. Additionally, if there's a child who hasn't been picked up after a particular time, SmartUp gives us that information so that we can go into the system, see which children are still on our campus. If we need to reach out to their parents, we're able to easily do that because the parents' information is also available in SmartUp. So it's a very seamless way of keeping track of who is in school, what time they leave the campus, and who they are picked up by.